talk about the soccer.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, hey, we're live.
And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram and Solomon Cigars. And also the Oliva Cigar family. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
I am a blues man. I live this life.
Oh, and it's only me and Bob today.
Wow, look at you
Look
guys.
at you guys.
Taking charge of the show.
We are back.
We are back. We took the lead. I don't know.
There
A lot
you
of
go.
things were going on.
That's all right.
Good
We're back.
Lord. How much Manhattans have you had today?
Oh, we had a beer, Oktoberfest, Bricktoberfest beer. Let me bring Cathy just came on too. Cathy was a late.
Hey, kids. Hi, Jeff.
Well,
Hi,
hello,
darling.
everybody, and welcome to a full house show tonight. We got some special Italian paisans ready to come on.
I was going to say guineas.
I was going to go with the Ginzo, and I said, you know what? That's the old New Yorker in me.
Exactly.
Oh,
Hey, there's no O. Bob, that's the way we call it.
oh.
It's the rest of the people who haven't heard that word, like, oh, what does that mean? It's all right. Forget about it. It's an inside deal. Anyway, folks, join us. We ask you, please hit the share button and get this show out to everybody you know. As you can see, we got the full house. It's the ladies' show tonight, as we have them once a month. Well, it is the ladies' show. We got Cathy from Cigar Box Marketing. We got Jerah from
Everything.
the Chamber and everything else. I don't know what. I mean, the girl is all over the place.
She's
And
busy.
No, she's not. She just got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, tons.
well, that's,
I was going to
that's
say
a lot of
half
good
her head
stuff.
next week.
Yes, to look like us.
Only half, though.
You missed that conversation, Cathy, but we'll fill you in as we go. But anyone, thanks very much for joining us tonight. We're pretty excited. A couple of good guys. Hopefully, a third one will join us, depending on his coaching status. But we've known these guys for a while. We had a lot of fun with them, and they are two paisans that we like to joke around with. So expect a lot of jokes too. And so let's introduce ourselves. I'm Ronnie Pecorini. I like to say the next guy who was next to me, but he's down by himself now. He's on the top middle box. That's Kyle Jesso right there.
Kyle,
Used to
a.k.a.
be.
Florida man.
Florida
The
man.
Floridian
He is the
man.
Florida man.
Yeah,
Hey,
the Ram
How are
and
you
the
loving that?
Florida.
How are you
I just
liking
wanna-
it there so far?
Oh, this is paradise. I'm loving this.
Oh,
This
he's cuffing
is my
Bob
dreams
again.
coming true.
Are you smelling all that freedom in the air?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it can't come better at a better time. Knowing that even down here, you can conceal carry without a permit because it's constitutional down here now.
You're damn right it is.
But I'm gonna tell you
You're
this:
damn right.
this drink is for Jerah because I'm sipping on my Four Roses single barrel action here. So
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Let's finish the introduction.
I know. Everybody jumped in.
Kyle.
And then over here, we got retired Bob.
How you doing, folks? Welcome back.
And next to him is the one, the only, the Chooch Master himself, Cousin Frank.
And the birthday boy.
Hello.
Happy birthday, everybody. Let's wish him happy birthday.
Happy birthday
Hey, listen, I'm tired of the birthday salutes.
Oh, you had a long week and a half of birthdays. A month of birthdays.
I have a
Come on, you love the attention. Who are you kidding?
I do not.
He likes
I'm
the red
very
dot
shy.
between his eyes, too.
Shy, right, like a tarantula.
Well, then I'm so glad that I brought myself off a damn boat to make a video for you in the
Thank
middle
you.
of a car
And
extraction.
I did thank you because you went, I thought you were out, sniping
on the
people.
dinghy.
No, she was sniping people. And she took a minute to break from that. And she said, maybe I won't kill you, Frank. So, have you live another year.
There you go.
But
Frank,
and
you
then
do
down
have.
I did it for your wife.
And who's in the other box?
In
cigar box.
the other
The
box,
cigar
we have the
box.
ladies' boxes here. We got
Whoa,
Cathy
whoa.
Poturny from
Oh,
Cigar
easy
Box
there,
Marketing.
Oh, come on, Ronnie.
Right
Oh.
away. Oh. Right away, we're talking boxes.
I'm going to get back to work here. Hey, by the way, Mr. Luciano's wishing you a happy birthday, Frank. He's online.
Luciano, thank you for the kind words and that beautiful video. Thank you very much. Very appreciated.
Apparently, I'm
Luciano.
the only family member who did not come through. I'm very sorry.
That's okay.
That's
Things
all right.
happen.
You were flying.
You were
I'll send you
flying.
one tomorrow, Frank.
Yes, you
You're
send
no
me one
longer
every
part
day.
of the family.
Every day you send me your hellos. That's enough for me.
Oh, honey, I love you.
And then on the other side, we have our lady in Dallas, Texas, Jerah. How are ya?
Man, I am fantastic. I was deployed last weekend. I'm back home now, smoking this Saka. Man, this is one of my favorites. I love this cigar, and I just think that man is just a legend, and I just can't wait to just squeeze him in my arms and tell him how much I
I don't
love
think
him.
you can
your
get them
arms
around your
long
arms,
enough?
kiddo.
Are your arms
I mean,
long enough?
there's got to
Yeah,
be
get
4
around
of you
him.
wrapped around
Get some
them.
longer arms.
Anyway, yes, everybody, thank you so much, Frank. You're probably reading it. Everybody's wishing you a happy birthday again.
Yes.
And we got
Thank
a lot
you,
of special
everyone.
guests out there. And so thank you. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Hold on.
All right.
Kathy's
Who's
screwing
got the
things over
feedback?
now.
Oh, One
Thank
Box
you, Kathy.
Marketing. Yeah. Hey.
One box.
One box.
One box.
I didn't use the right name. I used the other name because you're in the one box right there, kiddo.
Oh my God.
Wow, wait.
That's all. All right. Let's see. We got Brian.
Well, it didn't take
Hello,
us long to
Brian.
get off the rails tonight.
Oh, the chicken's on. Joey G.
Oh, of course.
Paul.
And Dorbecker. Hey, congratulations, Ken. I saw that post that you made today. He's got the new blends from the line. So I can't wait to try those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ken, congrats. It's good to see that they've been delivered or they're somewhere
awesome.
in your possession.
Congrats, Ken.
Yeah,
Very good.
definitely. We get Ken on soon too, so we'll talk about what's going on with him. So we'll have some fun with that. Again, everybody, please hit the share button. Everybody still keep sending you happy birthday. You're gonna get that all night, Frank. So forget about it. Don't look at it anymore. I know you're drained out of your birthday, but that's all right. It's all good.
Yeah.
So I guess let's let the ladies introduce who our special guests are. And then,
Well, why don't we go to
that,
sponsors?
How about
and then
sponsors, Ronnie?
because Bruce has to go to the bathroom first and foremost.
Well, okay, we're 7 minutes in, but go
Yeah,
ahead. I was
7
waiting for
minutes
10,
in.
but why not?
We go 7. We're on the
We go
7.
7. I thought we were 10, but you want to change the rules? Go for
We're
it.
changing
Frank.
the rules. We're changing the rules. We'll be right back with our very special guests.
I need a drink.
I
I
got
have a
some-
few.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. There's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet, no, I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. All engines respond. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
And we are back.
We are back. Absolutely.
Hey.
Everybody, please hit the share button. And ladies, let's take it away.
Jerah,
Well,
want to take the honors, girl?
yeah. So these guys, I met them at the BAC, or I'm sorry, BAC, the Boutique Cigar Association.
There you go. Jared,
What's my BAC level?
She ain't drinking, so we'll drink.
It's a new event.
Don't ask me. But I met these guys at the Boutique Cigar Association Festival in Indiana, I think in 2020 there. And they were hilarious, number one. So I didn't even know that they owned a company there. I had no idea. I thought they were just walking around. They were hysterical. I loved them so much. And then when I found out that they actually have an amazing product. So as you can see, I have mine. I carry it everywhere with me. It's in my backpack. I'm always like shoving it in somebody else's cigars to make sure that they're humidified properly. And then when they're not, they get mad at me. And I'm like, well, you should get one of these and you wouldn't have that problem. So it was my favorite product from the Boutique Cigar Association Festival. So it is my pleasure to introduce our favorite paisans from Cigar Medics.
Oh, so what's his name?
What's their name? Because
Well,
they share a last name, so they might be related.
Luigi Gianna Tommaso.
Right, we're waiting on Luigi. He's not gonna be. We don't know if he's gonna show up. But since I'm the older brother, I'll go first. I'm Tommy, and Johnny's on the left over here.
Johnny's so who's the better looking of the two, though?
Come on, man. What
Guy with no hair.
The guy with no hair.
Hair's the better one.
Thanks.
He's the
or
young
did
one.
he just accept things quicker?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
I just let him think what he wants.
Wears a hat. Yeah, exactly. You tell him, Giovanni.
Hey, Giovanni, how's the little ones doing? You just had the new one, right?
Not yet. November. We're expecting our little boy in November.
But you didn't plan properly.
They're jumping up and down on the sofas, and I'm getting a lot of looks over here. Hold on a second. I got unplugged.
Can unplug them. I like that.
I got unplugged there.
My two little nieces are all right. They're active.
They're active. That's a good term there, Tom.
That's
Yeah, I got-
politically correct.
I got
They are active for sure. What? You turn your head 1 second. It happened to me like twice last week or a couple weekends ago. I turned my head and one of them was gone. I had no idea where they went.
I hope you're not babysitting. Gio, you heard that? Don't ever let him babysit.
It was in a fenced-in backyard.
very, very active.
So guys, so this has like been, and everybody just honestly thinks I'm so cool because I have this. When I like walk around and smoke cigar, I know I bust it out and they're like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Give me your cigar and I'm going to show you." And it's just like mind blown. But this is version 1.
Right. Yeah, we got to get you a new one. Huh?
It's my understanding. Yeah, it's my understanding that you have like a new version. So are you going to like do these like iPhones?
That's right. Look at all the gear these guys make.
I know. Crazy, right?
They have a plethora. You like that word, Bob?
Very good word.
Frank. Oh, you're talking Italian.
Of innovation right there.
And I
what's
have
the difference
to
between Generation 1 and the new
Well,
one?
he's going to tell you, Bob. Shut up.
I'll get into that, but before
because you're not the family anymore.
we gotta get you guys an updated little ad there because I noticed some of our new products aren't on that.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah.
I could do it for.
I wonder whose job that is, Gio, to get him
do
that.
it for a small fee.
Well, considering that Tommy is like almost computer illiterate, then that falls on me. So
Yeah, well,
I'll take the blame on that one.
I barely know how to use my phone.
I feel like Gio and Tommy and Luigi are the younger versions of Ronnie, Bob, and Frank.
They are.
That's good.
Well, Gio's almost there. He's got no hair. Tommy's losing hair, and we're
Luigi
right.
is almost our age.
Oh,
I think.
no,
Hey, guys, how do you feel about your salad? Like, do you have to keep it for the whole meal?
Wait.
Or
Say it again.
do you eat the salad? So, like, when you eat a salad during the salad course, like, do you eat the salad during the salad course, or do you keep the salad through the whole meal?
The salad course is not first.
At the restaurant, you eat it first because they serve it first, and usually we're so hungry that it's gone.
That's right.
Okay, so we're just trying to figure out which one of you is Ronnie, and it's clearly neither of you. So we're gonna throw
Nobody
Luigi
can
on
be
there.
Ronnie.
Nobody is me. Yeah, remember that, kiddo.
Nobody.
I almost asked that question earlier. Somebody said creamy Italian. I was like, what is that?
That's my wife's deal.
That's called bad salad dressing.
Hey, Tom, we don't want to go there.
Is that a
We don't
real
want to go there. It's a thing.
I'm an olive oil type of guy. You know what I mean?
So back to the original question. So tell us about the new version and like what can we expect with it, and when am I going to get it in the mail?
We're going to send you out one tomorrow, if not tonight.
Plug.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we'll
get close.
Oh, so it's a little thinner. It's a little thinner.
We all need that. We all need one.
There we go.
You guys don't have one?
You guys have one. Come on.
No.
Nobody gave me
I
one.
got the one here for the show that I saw you.
Well,
I only got the one.
I will
to
actually
promote.
purchase mine.
No, you don't need to.
Look at that. I got the first generation.
I got
What do you
Gen
got?
1. Gen 1.
Gen 1. Look at that.
Those are beautiful. Either way, listen. As long they both do the same thing, right?
They do, but the
I
main
gave
there's
you one, Kyle, didn't I?
there's some main differences between them.
You gave me the golf tee cigar holder that I loved, and when I was on the golf course was a huge hit. Everybody was asking where I got that from.
Did somebody take it from you?
Yeah.
Every time I play golf, somebody steals mine from me.
So what's the difference? Besides being a slimmer model.
Okay, so basically, the main difference is we went from the plastic model to a metal model.
Oh,
okay.
It's sleeker.
Yes.
And it's got retractable probes.
Oh, so you don't have to have a cap on it, which is nice.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Got a little clip on there for your
and
pocket.
Got a little belt clip or pocket clip.
Oh, man, I like that. The other side of the switch blade comes out, right?
Blade is on the other side.
And it's rechargeable with the micro USB cable.
Oh, rechargeable.
Oh, so no more of that.
No more batteries.
However,
you're almost perfect. Almost perfect. You should have used USB-C.
Well,
Luigi's old school.
we looked into that, but in order to fit the wires and everything, we needed to use micro USB.
Yeah.
Micro, huh?
Do you think the technology that you'll be able to even make it thinner and smaller in time?
Not possible. We like this one. It also has another feature that I forgot to mention. It's got a quicker chipset. So when you use the Pro into a cigar, it fixes on the number a lot quicker than the old one. And
get a
and I'll just give you a quick.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Because I know mine jumps all over the place before
Sometimes
it
before
actually
it
settles
settles.
down.
Yep.
All over.
Right, and for the original, you want to take after you insert it, you want to take the reading that's right around 5 seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. Let's see here.
Yep.
I would say 10 seconds is too long. This one's a little quicker.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to be able to see.
Is that a Cathy cigar, by the way?
It is.
Cathy, yeah.
All right.
It is. You
Nice.
can't see.
I can't
No,
see
we
the
can't
number.
see
No,
it.
I can't see it.
That's right. There might be a
Because
little
of the
glare.
glare.
On video.
Hold it
Glare.
straight.
Hold it up.
Yep.
Tilt it
Twist
down.
it.
You know what? The display is very bright, which is good.
It is
That's a
very
good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So
Especially for you older guys.
Yeah.
Hey!
Here.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, Luigi.
Did you bring Mario with you?
Hey, before we go,
Forget about it.
before we
Forget
go
about
any
it.
further, I want to raise a glass to Frank. Frank, this is
Here comes a happy birthday
cranberry juice
salute.
this time.
Oh, grazie Luigi. Molto
Oh,
grazie.
salute,
Un abbraccio, Luigi.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. And
Well-
I'm smoking an old school for you, Frank.
Oh, Padron on top of that.
Nice.
Well, he knows everything
Thank
about you,
you.
Frank.
Sorry,
He
I
knows
can't
what he
afford
made.
the expensive ones. I got to live with this one tonight.
That's
so.
okay. We'll let you go with that one. Every one of those
Still
cigars
got a
are
good name on it.
Yep. Yep.
You guys remember the interview with Staka where he referred to me that it kind of looked like Luigi?
Luigi.
Yes,
Exactly. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
he did.
Yep,
And you
yep.
still do.
And you still do.
And you still
Where'd you
come
get
around, huh?
Even
Where'd
dress
you get the
like him.
hat? Reckon like my hat? You like that?
It's
There you
really
go.
stylish, not.
I love it. You know what? You could use it for Halloween too. That's the beauty of it.
I'm getting rid of it.
Now we get to see the forehead. You look more like us. I like that. That's good.
Exactly.
So Giovanni was just explaining about the new
Instrument.
meter for you, and it's
I
nice
get
and
to
thin.
meet Jerah and Cathy tonight, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Hello.
Are you tired
Hello.
of Tommy and Johnny already?
Absolutely. We
There's
did
a
our due
relief pictures
diligence.
in now. She did her homework today.
We always do.
Well, we were discussing the new model, and so for me, like I think my favorite part of the new model is the retractable needles, because I'm always looking for, like, can this double as a weapon? And it can.
Yeah.
So I can
Spit
just
in
like
the eyes.
take an eyeball. Yeah, I can take an eyeball out, wipe it off, and then figure out, is my cigar truly humidified the way it needs to be?
Pro.
Jeez,
That's
I
a
was
beautiful
thinking it could
piece.
fit in my makeup case, so I guess we're on two ends of that spectrum, girl.
Yeah. And you know what?
Looks
That's
like
the beauty of
Maybelline.
it. Maybe it's your eyeball on the floor. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Oops.
So, Luigi, tell me a little bit about the technology that you had to develop for the Pro, as opposed to your original design, which is very different. It's just bigger, bulkier, plastic. Did you use like new tech?
NASA. He was in NASA getting new technology for this.
He straight up knew that was a Luigi question. Thank you for not asking me and Johnny.
We briefed them.
You're right.
Is Luigi asleep?
I think Luigi froze in his place.
He's froze.
Is he asleep?
Look at that.
It's
You never
called-
see a guy with a cigar stuck up his mouth and just hanging there. Look at
Who
that.
knows? That's Luigi frozen.
That's
what
it.
He took off his
Well,
magic hat.
There was a
I think-
gangster who was in that position with the cigar still in his mouth.
And the,
He's gone. You missed him all.
I
You know
think
what?
we found out which of the characters is Bob.
oh,
Luigi was Bob.
And
just
who's
falling
the young
asleep.
lady there, Tom?
This is my youngest, Natalia.
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 Come on,
What's
Natalia.
happening?
Get your Ciao.
Hey, Tom, do you have her speaking Italian?
You know what? When they were younger, a lot more. I screwed that all up. They should be. It's
I know. I
embarrassing.
screwed
Don't
up.
do all of them. So don't go there.
We all
We
did.
screwed up. We all screwed up.
We all did.
We should
Don't
have.
worry.
Even my parents too. They started. Straight Italian, and then they even started speaking English with them.
I
But
know.
they understand it more than they could speak it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's all right.
Not bad.
English, you mean?
English.
English.
What did I say?
Don't worry.
I
Don't
don't
worry.
know. We'll go back to Giovanni for the
Don't worry.
details. Giovanni, continue the details that you were working
No,
on.
you know what? Giovanni's like, uh-oh.
Well, you know what?
I don't
Luigi,
know.
Hold on.
hold on.
Listen, I take
Hold
care of
on.
money.
Hold on. Luigi is the tech guy.
Yes.
Maybe we can segue a little bit and ask them about all the success stories, about the transformations and how they've come along and where they're going now and the acceptances of this amazing humidimeter.
You go, girl. Good shot.
You go, Tommy. I'm going to put
Let's
Tommy
do
in the
it.
forefront there.
Tommy,
in the
yeah,
beginning,
Tommy's
you
got the
guys
answer.
known us. You guys known us for years. When we first came out with this,
Yeah.
obviously being a one-off product, first-time concept, and the price at retail $30. A lot of people gave us a lot of heck for it because they didn't really think that it would do what we said it did. Price maybe had something to do with it. The fact that there's many factors, right? You know, it was just a completely brand new concept.
Right.
You know, people gravitated to it. The people that understood the 2-second pitch there, you know, it just literally as simple as it gets. If your cigar's not ready to smoke, you're going to know with this product. So, you know, we had a lot of people, you know, they weren't the nice. Some of these people on Facebook and social media, they weren't the nicest. But then,
Trolls.
yeah, there's a couple, you know. And then Johnny and
Rebels.
Luigi would always yell at me to keep my mouth shut, and I was like, well, I'm not going to. I'm not that type. Sometimes, you know.
We basically told them to stay off of Facebook.
Right.
To,
Oh, so
to
that's why I
protect
went to
our
YouTube instead. I was
to
wondering
protect
why I couldn't
ourselves.
find them on
Protect
Facebook.
your brand from
Yeah.
falsehoods.
Well, different,
You know,
So
There's
Marcel always
different
causing
groups
trouble.
or be posts. People will call it a gimmick. People just because they didn't know it,
Right.
and we would have to go in there and try to explain what it's, you know, why is it useful, and it basically will save. It pays
honestly,
for
the
itself.
success of that is right. Like a lot of people now that have been using it and gave it a try, whether they wanted to admit it or not. You know, some people actually wrote on Facebook and some of these social media posts, like, I was embarrassed to let people know I bought this thing, but it actually works. And it paid for itself by saving me. Like it really pays for itself by saving you from smoking a bad cigar. And at all these shows that we do, I always asked the dumbest question in the world, and everybody falls for it, you know, and I'm like, have you ever smoked a bad cigar that's not ready to be smoked? And every single person literally says yes. And right away it catches their interest. And then when I tell them about this, because I introduced it as, you know, the lifesaver for smoking a cigar that's too dry or too moist, they really gain interest. And
Exactly.
my cousin Lou in the beginning, he really fought Johnny and I on the price. We wanted to, because we still all live in the same houses, right? This is not something.
You can't talk behind my back anymore. What are you saying there?
I was saying nice things. You know, there's not a lot of margin on these, and we wanted to increase the price in the beginning, but this is what I was saying, Lou. Like, you were really stuck to the guns that you wanted to be priced at $30 so everybody could afford it. It's very economical.
It's made specifically for any cigar smoker. You
That's
don't have
right.
to be aficionado. It's anybody who smokes cigars. It's affordable for you to use it.
It's a must.
You know
It's
what?
a must.
You know what I equate it to? It's like this. You go out and you buy a Padron $40, $50 cigar, and you light it and something's wrong. Let's just say you had it in a place that it shouldn't have existed.
Yeah.
And you light it and you keep lighting it, relighting it, and that's not a Padron, right? So it must be a humidity problem.
There you go.
So if you had the humidimeter, you wouldn't have burned a $50 cigar. So you paid for it on one cigar, right there.
100%. I totally agree, and I don't care what it looks like. I take this if I'm like traveling and I'm going to buy cigars like out of town at a place I don't know how they keep up their humidor. I'm sticking cigars with this thing like all up in the humidor.
We don't recommend that though.
Yeah, well,
we definitely don't recommend that.
That's why I said I don't care.
Keep it low, under the table. Don't worry. You do what you do, girl, but don't let the world know.
It's her home.
Well, we already know.
The reason why we came up with the newer one. You know, we wanted to liven it up a little bit. We wanted to give it high. You know, it's a little bit higher end. It's metal. It's a little more durable. It's the same. It does the same thing, right? But
it's a little more incognito.
It's upside down.
Gotcha.
Giovanni, it's very slim line. It's a very slim line, so it goes anywhere.
Nice. You know, and it has a couple different features. And it's only $20 more. We priced it at another fight with Lou. We wanted to price it a little higher, and we kept it at $50, right? And sometimes at these shows, a lot of these guys that are allies, you know, they're like, man, you guys got to raise your prices, but we want to make sure that it's affordable to everybody.
You want to get it in people's hands.
Yeah,
that's it.
Low volume. You know,
it's synonymous. You guys have become synonymous with the humidimeter. It's a product to be so proud of, Luigi. I mean, you're an innovator. Let's face it. I don't know too many guys out there that create on he creates, like, he goes to bed. He thinks about different things. I don't think he thinks about cigars.
Well, let's not go there, Frank.
I don't know.
That could be tricky, but
you know, as I like to put it, Cigar Medics are pioneers of the industry because they were finding a niche and finding a use of somebody that wasn't doing any of this before, and they jumped on it. And thank God they did.
But like everything, there's a new guy on the block, and it's like, let's knock him off the pedestal. And that's the hard part. And you've all persevered. You've made a name for yourselves. And when people say Cigar Medic, they know what you're talking about. And that's to be really commended.
Yeah, and going back to your question, what Tommy started talking about is, you know, on the Facebook groups, there'd be people, you know, saying, oh, it's gimmicky, this and that. And we would try to focus on trying to educate them more on why it's not, why you can use it. And nowadays, we don't really have to do that. We have our customers that they'll jump on and defend the product, saying, I use this for every cigar I smoke. It's a no-brainer. I don't understand why, you know, I don't understand why every cigar smoker doesn't have one.
And you should.
So,
every cigar smoker should have it.
That's
what
we
just like you go.
We say that on every show. Just about every show we say that because it makes the smoke that much better.
Yeah, just like when you go to the humidor,
it makes it.
Just like when you go to a humidor in the lounge, you're always bringing your cutter, you're bringing your lighter. You need to put this in your pocket too. This is necessity.
Yeah, I have, you know, readings in my humidor, obviously, but I always use that when before I light up my cigar.
Exactly.
I want to make sure that my readings are accurate,
right?
And they pretty much are, you know, which is good.
All right, but I just came up with an idea for you, Tommy, Luigi, and Gio, because if you can make a humidimeter that has a cutter and a lighter built into it, my life will be so much simpler.
Wow. Luigi, get on that right away.
Hold on. I think we need a dagger and a 6-shooter with it.
We try to calm him down. We can't keep that brain on slow motion. He's always going. So he's
thinking right now. Look, he's frozen. His mind is so overwarped that he can't even move. Look, he's thinking about it, Kyle.
He's stuck in thought, man.
You know what? He does. He comes up with so much stuff that we have to tell him, like, slow it down. Honestly, like he just keeps on thinking of all these great products, and he gets so excited, and it gets us excited. But it's gotten to the point where we're getting overwhelmed, especially him. You know, we all have our 40-hour-a-week jobs, and you know, there's this. It's keeping us busy. I'll tell you that much.
Well, maybe this is time to introduce your newest cutter.
Yeah.
Mm.
My
Looks like
nose
Lou's
is
frozen
Which one
again.
you're talking about?
We're gonna go. We got a couple there, Tommy.
Talking about the baller.
Yes, I
Well,
have
let me
to
put this
say.
up here. They'll go here. We got
I
the
was being,
I
ball.
see
I was
two
being
ballers over there.
selective.
Very. He's a baller for sure. I mean, when you look at that product, you know that product is completely unique.
Yeah, Tommy's on the ball.
Tommy's on the ball and he's a baller, and you know that thing's going to last forever.
And
I
it's
think.
got it's got weight
Yeah.
to it. It's not
Yeah.
this little flimsy thing.
A beautiful
No,
piece.
no.
Is
So
Louis
So it's a
frozen?
blunt force object.
There
It's
you
not
go.
one of those $2
Yes.
cutters that you buy at the local
She's-
lounge. Just to
Jerah's
have
weaponizing all of our products.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
the,
Yeah,
the
well, that's
baller,
what she does.
doubles
does.
as knuckles, brass knuckles.
Knuckles. You could put
Think
your
about
knuckles
if she gets together with Luigi to think about all that weaponizing products that you can come up with.
Could you imagine if they came out with brass knuckles that was like humidity meter? How excited I am.
Hey, if you had the baller in your hand and you sock somebody, you're going, you got some weight behind you, man.
Wait, look at the cut. Look at the cut.
Look at the
Yeah.
cut. Look at Tommy.
look at
Bring that
that.
in closer, Frank.
Yeah, I
Look at
am.
the cut, folks.
Look
Yeah,
at the way
he
that
is.
that's shaped.
That's
Look at
gorgeous.
that.
Okay, so
Oh yeah.
this was one cut, right? So Louis designed it with one of the most questions we get is why everybody's used to a lock, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So we purposely, or Luigi purposely didn't put a lock on it for a few different reasons. So you could
Guys, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You
yeah,
could
you
recut,
could do
right?
whatever depth you want.
I mean, I'm trying to get the right angle here.
You got it right
You got
there.
it.
Hold
You're right
hold
there, right there.
That's good.
So you could recut, right? And then if you want to center it more, say for instance, let me see here. See,
Yep.
this is a smaller gauge cigar, so one cut was sufficient.
Right.
If you want to go deeper a little bit, you could cut it again, and it doesn't have a lock. And then when you're done, just to get out all the trimmings, you tap on it a bit, and all the trimmings will come out into your ashtray.
Beautiful.
Nice. Nice.
Tommy, up to
And
what,
this
up
is,
to what ring gauge will that do?
I think we're at 54, Lou, right?
I cut off for a second.
The ring gauge, Lou.
The ring gauge.
The ring gauge. Up to what ring gauge will that?
He's
work
frozen
out?
again.
He's frozen
know-
again.
This is what I'm going to tell Luigi. He's got to listen. You're an innovator. You're an inventor. Get a better router. Your Wi-Fi
Can't hear me
stuff.
right now? You can't see me?
We can barely hear you. You're kind of frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen. You're coming in and out. You sound like a tin can. I mean,
Oh, okay. Let me try again.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
you
now
guys
you're
remember?
good.
all right.
Well, no.
Well,
But
You
anyway,
remember
so-
Max Headroom from the 80s?
Max
That's
Headroom.
what Lou-
We were just talking about that earlier. I was talking with Frank about that.
So
Kyle,
what about?
were you alive? Were you born?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember Max Headroom.
He was just born. He was watching.
So I want to
reruns.
show you guys a torpedo cut.
Oh.
Also, a lot of people think they can't use this on a torpedo. Let me see
Oh.
here where I'm at.
Right there. You're good. Straight
You're
ahead.
good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, right there.
Oh,
perfect on
nice.
the
No,
Yeah,
torpedo.
stay right there. Right there.
Yeah,
You're
right
good.
there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
Oh, by the way, can you show us that cigar? Because a good friend of yours and ours happens to be on, and the man, the legend, the myth, Chris Monaco from, they call him the Cigaraholic, but I call him Chris or Mr. M.
I just
Amendola
call my
cigar.
Guinea Wa Paisan. What's up, Chris? So Chris says the baller is the best cutter in the game. I haven't used another since the boys gave me one at TPE. There you
You
go.
know what? Honestly, he has to say that. I wore his shirt tonight.
Oh. I see bribery going on here. A little bartering. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Nice going, Chris. Good to see you.
I mean, but really though, for a torpedo, so you have to do it twice. Oh, here's a good angle, right?
Yep.
So
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
the original cut with the baller on the torpedo is only going to nip off a little bit at the tip, right? And then
Right.
you go in again for
Just
the
the
second
tip.
cut, and this is two cuts.
Now you could go in on you could go in on an angle too.
You could, for
Right.
sure.
So it
Okay.
would give you more, almost kind of like a half a V, like a V,
Right.
a rounded V cut.
Right.
There you go.
But it's better than
Luigi,
the
if you're having a are you on your phone or a desktop or what are you on, Luigi?
Ronnie has no idea what he's saying.
He's on dial-up, is what he's on.
He's on the dial-up service.
Oh, is that what he is?
He's still using AOL.
So, also with it,
Sorry,
something
guys.
that's
I'm
very
back.
important about the baller. Not to, I almost forgot to mention.
Don't mention. Yeah, go ahead. It's the spring-loaded, right?
It is right. So it keeps on going up and down, right? But let me see here. It does not mess with the integrity of the cap of the cigar and all the layers.
Yeah,
Yep.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
And you know what? I'm not as aficionado as a lot of other people, but they say a lot of people comment on a better draw. So I don't really know if it gives you a better draw or not, but I hear that a lot.
Hey, you can never have a better draw. Great draws are an important part of the experience, right? I mean, if you have a poor draw, that sucks big time.
Yeah, you don't even want to smoke the cigar.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
That's why they created the poker. Push it through.
Is that why they created the poker?
Yeah.
No, they created that poker.
What do you
for
mean?
other-
Something like this?
Jerah's like, I could poke somebody's eye out with the poker.
Look, Jerah, there's another weapon to be made there. Look at that.
Here you go. Look at this weapon here. Watch
Backwards. Yeah, look, that's dangerous.
That is
Yeah.
dangerous.
Nice.
Look at that.
You guys
got
have
that
one of
one.
those.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is
that
that?
one. Yeah.
That's one of the projects that Lou started that we had to put on the back burner. It's basically to enhance your draw.
Yep. You just slide the cigar right
There
in
you
there,
go.
and you have another element of getting great.
And then
draw.
that kind of turned into this. Lou's probably gonna be mad that I'm showing these because we're not.
Oh, nice.
That's
Okay.
nice.
How much you want to bet
add
I?
a knife to that, Jerah?
I want one of those.
Yeah.
That's a
How
sweet.
much you want to
Add a knife
bet?
that, maybe.
How much you want to bet I can get that on an airplane?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
You're on.
Yes. Yes.
Luigi, salud, Luigi.
Salud.
Hey, you're looking a lot better.
Yeah, he went
So
to
here's the
dentist
deal.
house.
I just feel like you guys are going to take all my money because Christmas is right around the corner, and I'm friends with a lot of cigar smokers that don't know anything about these products yet. So,
So I'm almost
about to be
embarrassed
broke.
that you guys don't have our pro model.
Don't be embarrassed.
I got the original.
You only get one for the show to show. That's it.
We
They
love
got
you
I
no
saw you
matter
guys
what.
earlier in the summer. I swear I gave you guys a few of them, no?
No,
not
they
me,
gave me
no.
one for
Not
the show,
us.
and I have it sitting right here. That's it. One of each. That's
Only
all you
Ronnie
gave me
gets
out
it.
there.
Only
You know what?
Ronnie gets it.
I'll make sure that's not an issue the next time. Tonight, we'll exchange text messages, addresses, and we'll take care of it.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Wonderful. Can't
No
wait to try
problem.
that.
Beautiful.
So good.
Look, I'm gonna
What
You
did I
guys
miss,
have to
guys?
have the new version.
Forget
look
about
at,
it.
This
Look
is
at the
just
assortment of
this is
stuff
the
now.
assortment. I mean, I don't know if I
From
have
one
everything.
item, I don't have any of these things.
I don't have a baller. I don't have the
Bob
pro.
doesn't remember what he has.
I have the
Doesn't
first
have.
generation. That's
Listen,
what I got.
I love that scissor stand. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Listen, that
Beautiful.
little golfer I have.
You have it?
Yeah, because I golf, Bob. What do? You don't golf. Why do
Oh.
you need one?
No.
He smokes.
Yeah,
I
He
smoke.
smokes.
yeah, he doesn't need one. He doesn't need one.
So go ahead, ladies.
So,
Sorry.
I mean, we at the Boutique Cigar Festival the last time we were there, or I think the last time they had it in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
The guys
Cedar
followed me
Creek,
to
yeah.
my car. They were helping me with a couple boxes. And when
Yes.
I opened my trunk, they saw all these accessories. And besides laughing there hysterically for a good half hour straight, I think I sampled you guys a pretty good amount of
we got
these
the-
accessories
we got-
that we don't even sell. So
No, the tester.
right?
Oh
I
yeah,
have that.
and then I've got the 3-flame lighter too that you
Free
don't sell
flame
either.
lighter. Yes.
Yep.
Hey, where the fuck?
Well, we
are
sell
they?
these again.
I
They're
got
new and
one
improved.
today.
Bob, listen.
so they
Bob
won't blow up
doesn't
this
remember
time.
what he has
Wait,
on
Right,
it.
know
new
what
and
I
improved.
got.
New and improved.
Hey,
Okay, so how are they new and improved? Let's see. Let's hear about that.
Oh no, we had a slight defect a while back that we had to get fixed, and that was it. Nothing major. I was kidding.
So how did this all start? You know, because you had mentioned, you know, this is like a passion project for you guys. You guys all have other jobs. Like, when was the conversation and who started it that said, hey, we should get in the cigar business?
Luigi,
we kind of stumbled onto the humidimeter because Luigi was working on something else.
Luigi was working on a humidification device to reincorporate moisture in a cigar.
Like a dried out cigar.
A dried out cigar, which worked, believe it or not.
Interesting.
But in the meantime, we were trying to see if we could do, if we were adding too much or too little moisture, and we started looking for a meter and we couldn't find one. So he made one.
So is that your so Louis, is that your background, Luigi? Are you a scientist?
He's a mechanical engineer.
Person?
Yeah. And I've always had like ideas. See, I'm an inventor by trade. I have many other patents out there. And I've been a cigar smoker a long time. But every so often I neglected my humidor. And then you get a buddy to come over and want to smoke a cigar, and I go down there, they're dry as a bone. So that's how I came up with this instant humidification system that brings a dry cigar back within minutes, literally, which may not be on the back burner too long. We'll see. But
that's pretty amazing.
Did you say within minutes?
Yeah.
Within seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I hope to see that real soon. That's going to be a hit, buddy.
Yeah, but you know what? As I've been in the trades now, you get on Facebook and social media and get to know people. Not too many people allow their cigars to get that dried up, you know. So it just so happened when my daughter was born, I wasn't smoking that much, so I kind of neglected my humidor. But you know, every once in a while, I'd go in the backyard. I'm like, man, this thing is dry. It burnt. When you smoke a dry cigar, it's harsh.
Yeah.
And then technically, you're supposed to, at least back then, I would remember that you're supposed to keep it in a humidor for a few weeks to get it back. You know, I'm like, there's got to be a quicker way. So I came up with a quicker way, and I got it to work. But we have no way of measuring it, right? So that's how we came up with the humidimeter. You know, and I told Johnny at that point when I didn't see it out there, and you know, everybody's got a meat thermometer now, right? You know, and people check tires with their gauges. I was flabbergasted at, you know, especially cigar smokers. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you're in this trade and it just befuddled me why there was nothing out there that could at least give you a quick check of where your cigar was. You know, I didn't understand that, you know. So the wheels got turning, and after a year of development and I did some really comprehensive testing, you know. I actually I went on to tobacco research programs, University of Kentucky. I did a lot of college. I checked a lot of the studies that they performed, how moisture relates to tobacco. But the one thing that I had to go around was that fermented and cured tobacco is different than burley tobacco, which is used in cigarettes.
Right.
It's a different weight to it. So I had to calibrate that specifically for black tobacco. So hence the beginning of Cigar Medics. We came up with the humidimeter. And at the beginning, we got a lot of pushback, as you can imagine. You don't need that. You're overcomplicating your life. By the way, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just read a comment
at some of the comments here.
I read a comment that said Luigi can rehydrate his cigar faster than his router, and I lost it.
Nice one, Brian.
You know what, Luigi? I was listening to you. In fact, I was so enveloped in our conversation when no one else was freaking paying attention. Keep going. Just keep going, because for me, this was the innovation that came out of the need and a necessity that you filled. And if you idiots would pay attention, you'd hear it.
Wow.
Thank you,
That's my
Cathy.
sister-in-law? Boy, oh boy.
I have the platform. Okay.
Forget about
I'm just going to go ahead and mute myself.
Cathy, it's your last show.
But no, isn't that the truth though? Like, all of the things that they're talking about came out of a need and a necessity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
right.
But according to a lot of people, Cathy, there wasn't a necessity for this, you know, and because I think people were under the impression that, you know, cigars get hydrated fairly quickly. If you put a can of pop, for example, in a or a soda, or depending on part of the country, in a refrigerator, the next day it's cold. if you put a dry cigar in a humidor, what we found through our testing, especially on bigger ring cigars that were fairly dry, some of those cigars took months to come back. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things we learned in the development of this thing. So, you know, it dispelled a lot of rumors. Our meter, I think, is single-handedly changing the industry right now in dispelling that 70-70 rule that you guys hear about.
Exactly.
You know,
Yes.
and I'll tell you the reason why.
What are you doing, Ronnie?
This I'm going to show you guys something that probably nobody ever taught you or showed you. You know, if you ever feel the cigar right behind the ember, it feels squishy, right?
Right.
Yeah. Have you guys ever wondered what that is?
It's got to be moisture.
It's moisture.
Right. So what happens is, well, there's moisture in that cigar. The amount of moisture doesn't change. What happens is the state of the moisture. So what happens is, as soon as that air, as soon as the water in the leaf hits the ember, it turns to steam, right?
Right.
And that's why it gets so soupy and wet. If you ever cut a cigar, right, if you cut it in half as you're smoking it, you'll see it's all wet inside.
That's right.
So, so what it's taught me to do, and that happens on any cigar you've ever smoked. Yeah, I don't care if you're in Arizona, it doesn't matter. As long as the cigar has moisture in it, it'll always build moisture as you smoke it. So what it's taught me to do is to light them up a little bit on the drier side.
Right.
I'll light them up at 59, 60, 62.
Right.
And even now, to this day, I won't light a cigar that's over 68 on the foot. Sometimes you might get lucky, but most times I don't. It'll either smolder, or it's like burning wet wood, right?
Yes.
And it'll cause it to relight.
Rewriting. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The flavors aren't as bright. You know, so that's one of the things it's taught me as a cigar smoker. And, you know, ironically, people are like, oh, you're geeking out with this thing. Actually, that meter has taught me how to be less, you know, I don't have to be as crazy about it. But now I know I like my stuff on the drier side because of that fact, you know?
Right.
So,
Luigi, I have a question for you. The rehumidification system that you say you've developed, would that also work for bulk tobacco, like for pipe tobacco that's dried? I mean, I have my techniques of how to rehydrate it, but would your system work? Obviously, much better.
Basically, Bob, I use steam. The very first prototype I used, I have a espresso machine over here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. So I have a frother on the side.
Right.
Yeah.
I wrap the cigar in a like a mesh, so because you don't want to burst the wrapper, right?
Right.
And I wet the
Are we
wrapper.
sure we're supposed to be talking about this? I thought we were talking about new products.
Come on, Lou.
What's that?
He's giving away trade secrets.
He's
Gio.
giving away all the trade secrets.
Oh, I don't care. I'm the kind of person
he's
that
got
don't
the
mind
patent on it.
sharing
Don't
this
worry
thing.
about it. He's good.
But wait, hold on a second. So, Bob, that's a really interesting question because my dad has always been for years, he was a pipe smoker and he always had the little plastic pouch and scooped it out and smoked it. I didn't realize, it just didn't dawn on me until you said it, that pipe tobacco also suffers from moisture issues.
Absolutely. The same problem.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what else suffers from moisture issues? That we released this product about a month ago, and you guys don't even have it in your pictures.
Oh.
So we have the patent on the meter, right?
Yep.
And then the patent, the attorney asked us, well, what possible use could this have beyond cigars? Well, you know, so we started throwing out things out there. Ironically, cannabis smokers.
Yeah.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Let me go over to Gio.
What has he got, Gio's in the hand?
Oh.
He's
Ooh,
got
the 420.
420 for in the know.
Talk to you. You got
Wow.
Oh, now I'm really interested.
Wow.
Ooh, nice.
All right,
was
you
on that
three
picture,
Cigar
Lou.
Medics, make sure you talk to Cathy. That's going to get out there real fast with her marketing
guys,
plan.
I gotta introduce you to somebody. Call me.
Well,
Yeah, so
unfortunately,
I have a question specifically for that. Like, so is the calibration different between cannabis and
absolutely,
cigar, and tobacco? Okay.
It is different. It is different,
Really?
Jerah. Yeah.
So,
But
Luigi,
you're
I've
not
got-
dealing with a leaf. You're dealing with a bud. Really.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got
'Cause now I'm fascinated by the science.
that I want to rehydrate.
You know, if the government is going to tell us to follow the science, why can't it be this science?
Yeah, really.
Now,
I'm with you, girl. I am so with you.
Will the 420 humidimeter tell me how moisture my gummies are?
No.
Kyle, you just took the right to the crapper, Kyle. Right?
Kyle, how many gummies did you have before the show?
Yeah.
He must have had a lot of them before. Kyle, I remember.
Did moving to Tampa make you dumber?
Interview.
I don't know if that's possible, Jerah.
Luigi, what is the proper humidification for cannabis?
For cannabis, it's about 57%. Actually, Boveda, the major part of their business now has become cannabis humidification.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they got packs from 58 to 62.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
the cannabis side of Boveda's business
asking for a friend.
is bigger than the cigar industry right now.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That is so wild.
It really is. It's out there. It's everywhere. So I get that. They're jumping on it like everybody else should and would.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
well,
hey,
the
that's
cannabis
capitalism.
smokers
That
are
is
starting to
capitalism.
realize that, like cigar smokers did years ago, that the level of humidification kind of affects the burn.
Sure.
I don't do cannabis, so you'd have to talk to Giovanni about that. But
I mean, hey,
That's why he's got the. That's why he has it.
you know, it's the things you do for your company. Like I never touched it. Somebody had to test the product. So
What a trooper!
Somebody.
You know what? Gio's a team player, and I like that.
Absolutely, Gio. Nice move.
It's a team
Hold on
player
with
right
that
there.
guy. Let's go to a station break. I know this someone's going to
Station
take a
break.
leak real fast
wow.
there. Why not? Let's go to our sponsors, Frank. We'll come right back. People, hit your questions if you want so we can read them. Great, a lot of great comments, by the way. So let's look for some more. Frank, take it away.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in one. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Hellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Boveda two-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of the leaf, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, the Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, a percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back, folks.
We're back. Hey, Luigi, Bob and I have a new nickname for you.
Yep.
Luigi da Vinci.
Because you are the inventor,
You
man.
are the inventor, and you're
Absolutely.
Italian, so we're going to just call you Da Vinci from now on.
That's it.
You know what? I just loved those guys back then. You know, like they had access to nothing, steel, materials, you know, CAD. Those guys, they don't compare.
Pencils.
I can't compare to what those guys do. It's just
No, they had something. Yes.
And that's what you have. You have to bring that innovative
Those
spirit.
gray cells inside there. That's
So where do you think? Question: where do you think the innovations have you? You've shown us so many different things, and Giovanni actually showed us way too many things. But where do you think the things that you'll bring to market? Any newer innovations? What are you seeing as a trend? Because clearly you've had to keep such an amazing pulse on the market. Any thoughts?
as far as anything new for the cigar industry.
Yes.
Well, I really want to come up with a new draw tool, something that helps the draw on a cigar.
He must have been frozen when I pulled those out.
Oh.
Yes.
You know,
Tom, you wouldn't have to have that handy.
The cigar
Johnny
industry
does.
is so old. You know, there's not too many things you can embark on that have not come out. I mean, the meter was one of those things. It's our flagship product. I come up with new cutters. A lot of these things are just better mousetraps. I mean, to me, the meter was the mousetrap, right?
Yeah.
It is something nobody's ever thought of. Maybe, although I should say, cigar makers have these expensive $3,000-$4,000 meters to check moisture in their cigars. They do have that equipment.
Gotcha.
But what makes ours different is that we mass produce it. So instead of making 10 at a laboratory, we make tens of thousands, and we can offer them to the average guy, right? So.
Right. Now we have a question from Bass Piper, and he's saying, don't know if you guys fully answered the question about the Cigar Medic being able to be used for pipe tobacco.
I know,
for
we
example,
didn't really get that.
If you have tobacco in a tin or a jar, would it read it? Would it be able to read it?
Yes, absolutely. Pipe tobacco is a black tobacco. So ironically enough, some pipe smokers actually use our meter to check their stash.
And I never have. Surprisingly,
but how do you do it?
Never have.
Well, you'd have to pack it up in a little bit, make it into like a little ball perhaps, and then just put it on there or put it on top of it.
Right.
But
So
yeah, you can check it with that.
Compacted, so it's a little bit denser.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a good.
Yeah, I'm going to try that now.
Well, that's great for us to share with all of our pipe people because we do have a lot of pipe fans.
We have another question by Brian, Frank. How long will a charge last in the meter?
So on our original meter, I mean, I still have my prototype, and I have never changed the batteries. On our new Pro, which I think he's asking about, is because he said charge, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, weeks, right, Lou?
It's got an auto shut off. It shuts off after 10 seconds. So as not to deplete the battery life.
Because it's basically the display that's using up the battery life.
Right. So I mean, you could use it for 8-9 months, depending on how often you use it. If you use it a few times a day, you're a heavy smoker.
Yeah, mine, I've never had to charge it yet, and I've had this, and I made a mistake.
I haven't had to change. I haven't had to change the battery on this since I got it.
Me either.
I've never once
Right.
changed
The batteries
it,
on
so.
the original. I still have my prototype from three years ago, and I've never had to change the batteries.
Wow.
I know, it's amazing.
Oh.
I have it, and I haven't changed the battery.
No.
I use that thing every day.
Oh, do you have the pipe tobacco there, Kyle?
Yeah, so I just
think Kyle's
went
gonna
and
try
grabbed.
it.
While you guys were talking, I went and grabbed my Captain Black Platinum Edition, and I stuck it in my pipe tobacco. Was reading at 70% humidity, so this is actually
there you go.
really good.
Perfect.
And we found out that it smoked really well when we were on the show last
That
week.
was beautiful.
Right.
So
So I have a question from the feminine side, a little bit. I spoke to WD Wade the other day, the Nubber.
Yes.
Yep.
And he has a whole line of nubbers that are more feminine. And again, I get it. I'm not, I don't need to have masculinity or testosterone or estrogen, whatever the case may be. But it was very pretty. So my question is there any plan in the future to add some color to the product?
We're not talking pink, are we now, Kath?
Pink, green.
This is that nubber that she was talking about. So it looks like a little lipstick, and it comes in red and pink. And I just don't like pink, but this is what she's talking about, and it just looks like a little lipstick.
Yeah,
that you can.
But it's something that, to your point, Jerah, getting on a plane, you could hide. But I like the fact that it was different. And let me go back to the reason Jerah and I are on is because we bring a little bit of a different, Jerah from her very advanced background in what she does, and me from mine. But we bring a little bit of a different perspective to everything. We could swing our nuts with the rest of you. Don't say that we can't. It's good. But the reality is, I'm wondering if there is a thought to, I hate to say the word feminize because it is such a bad connotation now, but do different colors and different structures.
Well, really, Cathy, it's just good marketing at the end of the day.
Oh, really? I get it.
I mean, it's just good marketing.
So can you?
So
you could
blue. We need a blue color,
like a Tiffany blue. Tiffany blue.
Well, if you anodize it, right, Luigi? Couldn't you
Are
anodize?
you talking about our nub tool?
No,
I'm actually talking about anything. It's
All your
all
tools.
been black.
We have thought about putting our meter in a different case for sure.
There you go.
That's a great point of view. That's something we should think about, because every time I go to a lounge, half the people in there are women, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're more interested in getting the products out and then established.
Yep.
And am I still there?
Yeah, you're still there. You can hear you.
Am I still with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I think eventually we definitely will be thinking about other colors, especially the parts that are aluminum. Like the Nubber is a stainless steel product, so you really can't paint that or anodized stainless. It's just kind of that's what it is, unless we change the materials on there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a relatively new product for us too. We haven't had that on the market very long. So we're trying to get feedback to see if there's anything we have to do to improve it. And then once we prove out these products, like the meter, like the original one, I think we're open to like launching it in different colors for sure. Yeah. The problem is retailers don't like that because they don't like to carry all these SKUs, right? Mm-hmm. So they like to carry as little SKUs as possible, to the point where, they don't want red. You start doing reds and blues and grays.
But if you're out there and if it's selling and if it's promoted, to Jerah's point, it's marketing and getting the word out there.
Right.
That it's just a different information.
Yeah, or just make them in small amounts and bring them to the trade shows or have them on your website.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go nuts with it because you got to figure out if it's going to work first.
Well, while I have a captive audience here, so what colors do you think would be nice to?
I mean, they didn't start coming out with colored guns for 100 years.
Right.
They didn't start.
Camo's popular, right? Camo, white, gray.
Yeah.
The pink doesn't go for me, but maybe some nice neutrals. And I'm not saying that it's has to be wannabe. Black is a great color. Black is extremely
I get that.
versatile.
You can't go wrong with pink, red, and Tiffany blue, right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And just kind of try that on the market.
And red, listen, red lipstick sells.
You know it.
Yeah.
But I also have a question from the feminine side. If I were to have to kill someone with this, and I included it on my review, Would that be problematic for your business?
Only if you get caught, Jerah.
Slightly.
So there is a question, by the way, from
In self-defense, of course.
from Bass Piper.
Just
Does
saying.
the Cigar Medic 2 also need the calibration for it like the older version?
So basically, when we launched the original cigar, the meter, when it was a brand new product, we weren't sure how long it was going to hold the calibration because it was a brand new product.
Right.
Because cigar smokers, as you know, are used to having to calibrate their hygrometers, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But the meter works on a different electrical principle. So knowing a little bit about electricity, I figured it would stay fairly stable, but we didn't know. Besides the fact that we get a lot more validation because of the calibrator. The whole point of the calibrator is so people don't doubt the meter, correct? If people buy this meter by itself and don't have the calibrator, the calibration standard, I should say, they're going to say, well, this is not, this thing's a piece of junk. It's only reading 62. My humidor's 670, you know, I'm sending it back. But what the calibration standard does is it provides that level of security that the meter works properly. It doesn't recalibrate the meter. All it does is it tells you that it's working properly. It's a standard. It's not a calibrator.
Gotcha.
So to this day, 5 years later, you know how many people have returned the meter that have also had the calibrator?
Zero.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Congratulations.
So because of that, we decided we didn't want to waste people's money with the Pro, because we know now that you really don't need it because the reliability of the, and I've even said it, even on your past show, you probably don't need the calibrator.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
but it does help people recognize the fact that the meter is working properly, because I'm sure you've had cigars you've checked yourself and it's like, well, wait a minute, I pulled this out of the thing and it's my humidor is 70. Why is this thing reading 62? You know?
Yeah.
Well, but as a, I don't know, I wouldn't call us professional because we're far from professional. But as an avid cigar smoker, as you are, you're going to know that your humidor is going to read one thing, but it's not going to always translate to what the sticks are actually going to retain from the humidor.
Right.
So, I mean, it's always going to be a little bit lower than what your actual humidor is showing.
Well, not
just
necessarily.
based on the principle.
Yeah, I mean all the humidity on a cigar escapes and wicks through the foot, okay? And I wouldn't say all, 90% of it does. Part of it comes through the cellophane, part of it comes through the wrapper itself. Most of the humidity enters and exits from the foot. So typically, because of that, when you check the cap, and I'm sure you guys have, 90% of the time the cap is slightly higher than the foot.
Yeah,
You guys have noticed?
Yeah, at least 90%, maybe higher.
Right.
So it's gonna be, it's close.
The cap is closed.
It's close. Well, if you have one that's close, you have a perfectly equalized cigar, right? So a lot of times the cigar will enter from the foot. By the time it gets to the cap, it has nowhere to go but back out again, right? So
makes sense.
Wow, dumb blonde moment. I always check the foot.
Well, you know, it's one of those things that once you start learning how to use the meter, I don't know if Bob and Frank and Ronnie always, or Kyle, I don't know if you guys always check every cigar you smoke. I mean,
pretty much
all the time.
I mean, I shouldn't be saying this. I don't, but I mean, you know.
He has that much faith in his humidor now, Luigi.
Well, I wouldn't say that either. I'm not really crazy about keeping my humidor perfectly anymore because I realize because of the meter, cigars are pretty resilient. You know, it takes a lot to abuse a cigar, you know, and I saw a post on, I think, Smoking Social about these guys putting these packets in with cigars, and Steve Saka commented on it, and his cigars got moldy, and he was kind of pissed about it. But they put a 72% pack inside of a plastic bag.
Right, silly.
I would rather see retailers invest in a heavier gauge bag and just put the cigars and ship it, because if it goes any place in the United States, it's only 4 or 5 days. Those cigars feed off of each other. They're almost like packets themselves, you know. So I mean, unless you're shipping it to like Dubai or Germany or something like that, where it could take a month or two, I think these packets that are in these these retail bags are kind of useless, you know. So
right.
Well, our good friend Sanj Patel, he doesn't humidify any of his cigars.
Right.
He's a firm believer that it's a natural leaf. It's not. It doesn't need extra humidification.
well, I don't know. Sanj is he's the guy in Philadelphia, right? That owns his own cigar line.
He's in Jersey.
Jersey, yeah. Like I said, I've learned not to be so crazy about it because I know now what to expect. I know how long it takes for a cigar to come back. I know how long it takes for a cigar to, to dry out. I mean, cellophane is one of those questions you see online all the time, right? With or without, right?
Yep.
Cellophane, if you have a well humidified cigar, protects that cigar 7 times longer than if you had nothing on it, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a dry cigar in cellophane, it takes 7 times longer to bring it back. You see? So it's a double-edged sword.
Right. How many times have I actually smoked a cigar that, wasn't paying attention to the humidor, and all of a sudden it starts to peel and it's so dry. I'm like, I'm not even enjoying this because it's just not aromatic. It doesn't taste good. It's just so freaking dry. I don't want to smoke a cigar and like have the leaves, the unwrapping all over my mouth. I just don't want that. So I don't disagree with Sanj, but I have not had that experience where the natural progression did something good for me.
Yeah, well, you can't leave it out. Like in Arizona, you're not going to have a good outcome, right?
I'm sorry, did I lose you guys for a bit?
we're good.
You're still there.
No, you're here.
I'm gonna give you some other insight about cracking cigars. You ever had an experience of a cracked cigar?
Oh, many times.
All right, so I live in Chicago. I know Frank and Bob and now Kyle don't have to worry about that. But in the winter months, when you're inside and the humidity is 15%, say, right?
Right.
You pull a cigar out of that humidor, that cigar is 70%, 65%, the whole thing, the filler, binder, the wrapper. As soon as you pull that out, that wrapper becomes 15% within minutes, right?
Wow.
Sure.
Right. Think about it. And you could check that with your humidimeter. Just put the probes on the leaf and you'll see it. You'll press it on one side and you'll see it. So when I explained to you earlier that it swells up from all the excess moisture from the steam turning it and swelling the cigar,
right?
That happens on every cigar. When you couple that with the fact that the leaf on the outside dries up, what do you think is going to happen to that wrapper?
It's going to blow up. It's going to explode.
And that's what you see that happen a lot of times on a Habano or a Connecticut.
Yep.
With a very thin wrapper.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys remember, you're old timers. I used to smoke with. I used to know some old timers that they forget about the guys who used to lick the cigars. That's a little bit crazy. But some of them used to moisten their wrapper.
I see it all the time.
Yes.
Right. And just put a little bit of water on your fingers and put it on there. I've done it many times in the winter, and I don't have split wrappers.
Oh, see that's
and think about it. And a lot of guys, cigar makers, will tell you how much of the flavor comes from the wrapper.
Yeah.
Right.
That varies. Guys will say 90%. Some guys will say 50%. But if you're smoking a cigar and it's acclimated to your 15% relative humidity, you're burning your wrapper is 15%. How good do you think that's going to taste?
Not good.
Like a cat shit sandwich.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So these are all things that I've learned. These are all things that I suspected, but I've learned because of the humidimeter. See, I've learned all these little tricks now because of that little meter. So
yeah.
I feel like I just got the best science lesson of my life.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be preachy.
But that was great.
I love it. Like
I love
it.
to share this stuff because I'm very out of the box thinker. As you guys can imagine. Right? So
yes, we got it.
And I have discussions with Steve Saka. Just last Friday, I was on a phone with him for an hour and a half, and we just go back and forth talking about cigars, and it's really interesting. So.
Oh, he definitely has opinions.
Really?
Well, I give him a lot of credit. he didn't grow up as a Fuente or a Padron.
No, he didn't.
You know, he had an engineering firm.
Yep.
And he was in the Navy, and he worked his way, and he just went in full scale, you know, and he learned it. He learned everything, you know, asking questions, being around it, and he's gotten to be one of the best sources of information in the cigar industry, bar none. You know,
that's true.
So, Tom, you hold up the specialty since we're on the soccer deal. Frank, zero in on that.
Yep,
let's talk about that special cutter that you made for him. And everybody seems to want to get their hands on it. I mean, I saw that in person, and it is amazing. The construction, it's solid. It's beautifully. I mean, look at that. That's
great,
nice.
Great cutter. Awesome
Let's talk about that, Tom.
1 minute here.
Tom wants to show you the special surprise, because that's what this is when you
don't cut yourself.
Okay, so I'm trying to
keep it
focused.
Yep.
So it comes apart, and it has a replaceable blade,
which is amazing.
Wow.
Now that
turn it around. I'm going to try to do this turned around. Right.
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Too much glare.
Yeah.
No, good. Right there. It's perfect.
So blade comes right out. You can replace it.
And that's super unique. So Luigi, tell us about that replaceable blade, because I don't think that there's anything out there that I've seen.
Nothing like it.
That you can replace a blade.
So when I first talked to Steve about this, embarking on this project, he reached out to me because he had seen the baller online and thought I would be a good person to make a special cutter for him, because he's had like many cutters made for him before in the past. Right. But his cutter of preference is this thing right here. Have you guys ever seen this?
Yeah.
Hold still.
Hold it back a little bit. Hold it back a little bit, and turn it around. It's not really coming in too clear for you, buddy.
Yeah, I think you've got that slow internet, so it's a little cloudy.
Hold it still so we can zero in on it.
There you go.
Okay. Oh,
that's
Drew Estate.
Cutter.
Okay.
Okay. What's so special about it?
It's just a single blade guillotine.
Oh.
See it?
Yep.
Yep. Keep it still.
Yep. There it is.
Ouch.
And this is the cutter that Steve Saka uses to cut his cigars, a cheap little $5 cutter.
Right.
So he wanted me to make a more blinged out version or a substantial version of that cutter. And that's exactly what we did, except, we put some cool special features in there, obviously. He kind of gave me carte blanche when it came to designing the cutter. Some of the features on the cutter, like that little cutter I showed you, doesn't have this feature, but this has a plus and a minus side on the new cutter.
Gotcha.
So you can cut a bigger ring on the back and a smaller ring on the front.
Oh, okay. I see that. Yes.
Got it.
And obviously,
that's very cool. In and of itself, that's a great.
That's the changeable blade. So I told Steve, I said, one of the problems that people make when they design cutters, whether it be Calibri or Zycar or whoever, they always make their own blades.
Right.
And I said, that's the number one fault of, so I said, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seek out a company that makes their own blades, right? I found a company that's been in business for 110 years or so, thereabouts, or even longer, that actually founded Gillette.
Right.
Wow.
The blade that I use in this cutter is actually used to cut potato chips in factories.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Very cool.
So that was actually the easiest part of the whole project was, I wouldn't say easy, but coming up with and that blade is made to cut thousands and thousands and thousands of potato chips all day long, So it's going to hold up.
Oh, it's going to hold up really well.
For years.
Well, when you showed me that at PCA, was the prototype or was it the actual piece?
Well, we had made 20 prototypes to give to Steve at the show, so we just.
So it probably was that. But it has girth. It's not this flimsy little like plastic.
Right.
You really feel like you're holding something, and it's absolutely stunning. And the fact that that blade is replaceable is a game changer.
Well, plus it has a Cerakote finish, which maybe Jerah would be familiar with. You know what Cerakote is, Jerah?
Oh, of course I do. Yes, people finish their guns in it all the time.
So Steve insisted on it having a Cerakote finish, which I wasn't familiar with. It's not as durable as anodizing, but it's a very nice finish, and it gives you like a buttery, soft like appearance and feel to it. So
Joshua Rivas said that Saka said to him that you probably will never need to replace it.
Well, supposedly he's cut a couple thousand cigars with his first prototype and hasn't had to change the blade yet.
Wow.
So there goes my perpetuity, right? I guess Guy Fieri came to our booth and saw the cutter. So the first thing he asked me was, so am I going to be able to buy a razor blade at Home Depot for that? I'm like, I said, Guy, we're not in the perpetuity business selling accessories. You got to have something coming back to us, don't we? He started laughing. So
that's great.
Now, Luigi, were you able to protect the fact that this is a replaceable blade in part of a patent process that you've created, or is this something that is open ended?
Well, it's still in the works. Steve and I are both working on this together, and we're still deciding whether he wants to make it sellable or just use it as a promotional item.
Right.
So I approached him about the patent, and he just assumed to hold off on it. That's the last I talked to him about it. So
I patented it myself. I took the honors to patent it myself.
Good job, Tom. That's what I like.
Well, I will say that I believe that cutter caused. I think that cutter caused quite the controversy in his group.
Yes.
On Facebook, and that was interesting. So
now,
yeah, it did actually. He had a poll whereby he was going to give out 5 cutters to the top vote getters.
Right.
So all the peers would vote on good people, I suppose, to get the cutter. And it got so crazy that people were like literally pawning off their wives or just short of it, right?
Right.
I tried
they
selling
were
off Teresa.
they were
I got nothing.
prostituting. They were basically prostituting their wives.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yes, Cathy, you heard that.
it was so weird.
So Luigi,
like how crazy people got about this.
When I see that cutter and I see the opportunity of that cutter, I kind of think, is there any way that cutter could be made with cheaper materials as far as, and then mass produced so that it becomes something that is, based on the design of it? I'm sure you can, right? You don't have to use the metal. You can do it at plastic, but it would be the first plastic cutter that has a replaceable blade in it, and it would make it different and make it very affordable.
Right. I'm all for that, Frank. And I've actually, the very first prototypes I made for Steve were that way.
Right.
And he kind of broke my balls about it on the show with you guys. He said it looked like a Cracker Jack toy. Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
I don't forget
you
that.
watched. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Yes. Yeah.
So we do have a
Louis, you
question.
froze up and we could hear you.
Yes.
Yeah. Josh Rivas wants to know, he wants to buy one. How can Josh Rivas get one of these?
Well, they're not
you
for
can't,
sale,
Josh.
unfortunately.
They're not for sale. It's called You Can't.
Does that?
It's a promotional item that's available through Mr. Saka himself.
Right.
You got it. Yeah, he has to deem you worthy.
Yes.
Or you got to buy
So-
10,000 boxes, and I think he'll give you one. That's great.
And when the Sasquatch deems you worthy, you will have one.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Ladies, anything else? I know you guys have some questions and stuff built up. Do you have anything else before we go to our final segment?
We have run through our litany of questions. Guys,
did,
is there
right?
anything else? We didn't really actually expand on any of the successes and those moments where you went, wow, we made it.
When Guy Fieri came
I
to our
mean, Louis
booth,
won't let us feel like we made it yet.
That's right.
Good. He's a smart man.
He's got to keep you guys on your toes.
Got to keep going, you know.
Oh, trust me, he does.
Well, he should. He should. He's watching his two Guinea brother cousins over there. He's watching you guys. You know, it's his brain, and you guys are trying to move the money for him.
You got it, Luigi.
That.
You got it.
So, Ronnie, what's the next segment?
He froze up.
Well,
Is he still there?
He's there.
Yeah, look, the smoke is coming out of his cigar. He's good. As long as you see the smoke going up, he's good. Anyway, so folks, well, it's that time of show where we are going to be giving away some amazing prizes. And well, Frank, why don't you show the mascot and tell us a little bit about the next segment?
The next segment is my favorite segment, only because it's our mascot, our chooch of all chooches. And since the Italians are on, they'll know what this animal is.
It's going to be a chooch.
And that's when I ask everyone here.
I didn't see no chooch, Frank. There was no chooch. Was there a chooch? Did anyone see the chooch?
There was chooch. Ronnie closed it up.
We saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it. Ronnie, you got to get better internet then.
You do.
I was busy getting something for you guys, but
there you go. So I ask questions to everyone, even Cathy, even Jerah. Jerah thinks the questions are a little bit dated, but
I like to call this. I like to call this segment "shit that you're not going to know if you were born after 1910."
So Bob always knows the answers.
Yeah, like
that's true. Bob's born in 1852.
When we come back, I'm going to put Luigi on the spot. No, you know what? I'm going to put Tommy on the spot because Tommy's the guy.
Thank you.
That's it.
Yeah, but Gio is the money guy.
Oh,
so he's got to spend the money.
We got
Tom's
to
going to show him what he's going to spend.
That's right. Gio, make sure Tommy doesn't overspend again. That's the first thing. So, is there anything that we can offer our audience for listening that they may enjoy? A product.
maybe one of those cutters that dude.
One of those cool things. The cutter you can forget about.
Forget about that.
No, not doing the cutter.
Oh,
he's got something in his hand.
He's got something in his hand. I think.
Gio, is that okay?
Gio, is he allowed to give one of these away?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Listen, I'll make it interesting.
I'll be right back.
I'll leave it up to the. I'll leave it up to the winner. Either they can choose the Pro, or the original meter with the case and the standard.
Which I love.
Perfect. We like that.
Okay.
Good choices.
Very good.
Perfect. So when we come back,
Hey, I'm going to add something to it.
Oh, Ronnie's going to add something.
I'm going to add something to it. That's what I was reaching for.
Oh, I didn't know
it
what
comes in a box. What comes in the box?
Whoa.
We're going to have a good time.
Oh, a nice nub cigar.
Did you really just ask what comes in a box? Like other stuff doesn't come in a box?
Yeah, because if I stand up, I get.
I'm gonna see your penis.
Whoa! This is a family show.
You know, Jerah. It ain't Christmas time, but I'll show you the box.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Frank,
hear you.
did Tommy or Johnny donate anything for prizes?
Yeah, unless you, Luigi.
We got your arm, Luigi. We see your arm.
I can hear
your
you.
hands.
It looks more like something out of a Picasso.
Or is that his ring finger? I don't know.
His ring finger. He's showing us the ring. Do we have
Are you
to
giving
kiss
your
the
ring, Luigi?
Do we have to kiss the ring first?
I just see a frozen screen for Luigi, but I could hear him.
He's a little frozen. It's all right though.
That's all right. Bad
I
internet.
think instead of us donating a gift, we should donate better internet to Luigi.
Yes. Well, next year when we get you back on the show, we'll do that. All right.
I mean, we have to wait a whole year.
Well, 2024 is only a few months away. Don't worry.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe page.
There he is. GoFundMe for Luigi. I knew.
No, buy more Cigar Medic products, and you can get a new router.
Yes. Hey, Luigi. I know what Luigi's gonna do. He's gonna donate his Luigi hat.
No. That's gold, baby. That's
No.
How about a Cigar Medics T-shirt?
Only if you were named Luigi, you're able to wear that hat.
It's my middle name, Ronaldo Luigi Pecorini.
So what are we giving away, Tom and John?
So I said either a pro. We'll give them a choice: a pro or the original meter with the standard in case.
That's
they get
it?
to pick.
Yeah.
I would expect that from Johnny.
Oh, an ashtray too. 2 ashtrays tonight. Look at that.
Okay.
We get a double ashtray.
Wow.
We get 2 ashtrays. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it so that you get 2 winners. One, it's going to be all Cigar Medics products, and the other one's going to be the nub ashtray. How's that, Bob?
That
Am
sounds
I
good.
nice?
That sounds good. Yeah.
The Church Master
Let's
can
do
be
that
nice
one.
too. There we go.
And the ashtray is very special because it's the only thing that comes in a box.
That's right. Exactly.
We know a couple other things, Jared. We'll talk about it later. All right.
Wait, what are we giving away, Tom? Just an ashtray?
No, you weren't listening.
That router's really messed up. He's like 10 miles.
Lou, what do you want to give away?
Give away a bundle. Give away an ashtray and a bundle.
A bundle of
Yeah,
what?
We covered that.
He covered that.
All right, okay.
How about a Cigar Medic T-shirt? You want to give one of those away too?
I mean, do we have any?
No.
How about a golf tee? How about the golf
Jerah!
ball holder? How
Jerah,
about
we
that?
wear t-shirts.
You guys could get you guys could get one of Tommy's medium T-shirts.
With the underarm
why
stain
he's
on
wearing
it,
it, 'cause
right?
he doesn't fit it anymore.
I don't fit in this one either.
That's
All right, so give it away. Clean it first, will you?
Well, now we have to make sure that it's true to size because mine and Cathy's balls had to be put on our chest to avoid change.
Oh, that's the baller where we cut the little spot out in the middle of the
Bigger
shirt.
than all of yours.
Okay, so we're gonna add the nub tea,
nice, beautiful.
Torch.
Wow.
Wait, what are you giving away over there?
I knew Tommy would get it. That's why I asked Tommy. I knew he would
Giovanni,
get it.
step in. Stop him. He's out of control. Stop him.
That's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Tommy is Crazy Eddie giving away everything.
Crazy Eddie.
I thought he was still frozen.
If you want anything for free, just visit us at one of our booths. Tommy likes giving a lot of shit away.
Yeah, Tommy's that way. That's why I asked him. I
I'm
knew
a
he
man
was
of the people.
Yeah, don't ask Giovanni for free stuff.
No, I know. I never go to him for anything free.
He's a banker.
CFO, Chief Freaking Officer.
And Joey
He's
Gulino
just doing his job.
Our chicken boy wants to know what's Jerah going to be giving away.
Joey has
Gulino, go have a drink.
A swift kick in the ass.
All right. Joey, you're messed up now, man. Forget about it. Wait till you get the red dot. Well, for Frank's head, it's going to come on your head.
Everyone better stay tuned. Make sure you stay
Everything
tuned.
is free, says Paul. Everything is free.
When we come back, great giveaways right after these words.
Another day in paradise, snaking cigars.
Howard G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes, we grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewd.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stokeby. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
And we're back, folks.
We are back.
We are back for the time that everybody enjoys. But before we get there, hey, Cigar Medic team, we are having a Chicago Pipe Show event happening in April, and I want to invite you guys to come take a table and open up your whole display of stuff for our crowd that's happening at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Rosemont. So get in touch with me, and we'd love to have you guys have a table out there, because I think you're going to do some good stuff out there for sure. Definitely, no question about it. And Frank,
why are you inviting me?
Because you're not invited.
You're not in the family anymore.
Because I have to divorce Teresa to get away from you. You know,
you got disowned. That's the way it works.
Frank, what's coming up on October 12th?
October 12th.
Because we got the 3 gimbos there. You know what I mean?
Gimbos.
So I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
So you guys brought up a very interesting topic tonight with the pipe tobacco.
Yes.
So who's the more seasoned smoker there, Bob? Only because he's older, right?
Yeah, he's the old fart.
He's old.
So Bob, how do you determine like what's good and what's bad when it comes to lighting up pipe tobacco? As far as humidification.
Humidification? That's why I brought that up to you before, because it's very difficult. Feel is the only thing that we have to go by these days. Of course, if you light up a bowl and it's not working out for you, you know you got a problem, and they have to figure it out.
Right.
I do. I've had dry tobacco, which I've rehydrated myself. That can be very iffy. I could do maybe too much hydration, and it's wet, and now I have to leave it out again and dry it again. There's a process to that. So that's why I was curious about your technique. If you had something that could really help the pipe industry, it would be very useful, especially when we have like large amounts of tobacco, which we keep in ball jars, and it pretty much stays, but not all the time. So,
but how long will you leave, like you said, you buy bulk tobacco in a jar or a tin? And I'm asking this, how long would you leave that before it became unsmokable? Is that the right word?
Well, in a ball jar, I've had tobacco for years, actually. That's still perfect. In a tin, not too long. A couple of weeks, you already sense that it's starting to dry out. So I don't really keep it in a tin unless I know I'm going to smoke it, 4 or 5 bowls a day and go through that tin in a week or so.
Well, that's good to know. I didn't know that because I just started smoking pipes.
So,
Jerah,
did you go into the blackout mode because you were? There's
She's
no
black
light
ops.
there?
She's black ops tonight.
She's in Witsec there.
I'm gonna let you think that, but really, I was having a sneezing fit. And
but we still can't see you.
Yes.
So if you can come up with something though for the pipe people, that would be very cool.
I'm just curious because I don't smoke pipes, but do people in the pipe industry have the same issues as people that smoke cigars with humidification?
Sure.
Tobacco's
for
tobacco.
sure.
So,
I mean,
so if you smoke it on the dry side, is it more harsh than it would be if it was properly humidified?
If it's dry, it would be harsher. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I guess it's the same thing. It's apples and apples.
Yeah.
And if it's too wet, you can get what they call tongue bite because that steam is like burning your tongue.
Lit. Same as a cigar. You can't keep it lit. So it becomes an issue. Yeah.
So, well, you guys should experiment with it a little bit if you don't mind. Just let us know what kind of feedback you have.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was just testing it with the Captain Black Platinum there, and it was coming out pretty well. But I mean, there are tins that I'll open up, and the pipe tobacco will be like extremely wet. And usually, when we have pipe tobacco that's extremely wet, you basically let it sit out about 20 minutes or so to let it kind of dry out, so that before you pack your pipe,
Shut up,
to get
Ronnie.
Yeah, it's different
extra,
because like in cannabis,
Shut
the
up, Ronnie.
blood can dry out really quickly, right? So
yes, it can. I said, if you keep it in just a tin, it'll dry out real quick.
Right. Well, there might be a market out there for that too. I don't know. We do sell some people that have pipe smoke, and they use it religiously. So
Cannabis
Sure.
dehydrates.
I see another accessory
quicker
coming.
than cigar tobacco, that's for sure.
It rehydrates quicker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, John, what'd you say?
I said cannabis hydrates a lot quicker than.
Oh yeah, I heard you wrong.
Okay.
That's because he uses a lot of it.
Kyle smokes night and day. I mean, it's like.
All right, sorry to sidetrack you there, Frank. I didn't want to do that.
No, that was a great question.
Absolutely
good stuff.
This episode is all about innovation and invention.
Education.
And education.
And thank you to Jerah and Cathy.
And thank you to Jerah and Cathy.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
Kathy's always high.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's always high.
high.
She's as high as a kite. Exactly. So, since
Now, you guys haven't been drinking on this episode. What the heck is going on?
We drank the whole time. We've been drinking the whole time. I finished.
Oh, we're done.
What's this?
There's nothing left.
Okay, I guess I missed out on that. So.
Well, you were frozen.
You were frozen.
Sorry, it's your router.
And once you join the real internet.
I apologize.
That's okay.
It's all good.
You'll get off AOL soon. We'll have you off of that soon.
Your Goombas filled in for you. Very good.
Sorry, I had to leave too. I walked into
what do you got
a couple
for
of bowls of cereal on the floor, and that makes floors wet. And girls,
did you put the meter in it to see if the milk is okay?
They kind of took a little spill there. So.
Coming in the box.
Did you test your floor? How humidified is your floor now?
Yes. It's called slippery.
When wet.
I'll come in and change the floor. It's all wet underneath now.
The little inventors were testing out how far milk flies.
Yeah.
Babies. What a joy.
So tonight's episode is all about innovation, invention. So you think the questions that I would be asking might relate to that?
They're not.
So it's only for Luigi.
Only for Luigi.
They're not.
So first question to everyone here except myself. Who is credited with inventing the microwave when a chocolate bar melted in his pocket when he was standing in front of a magnetron?
Bob.
Willy Wonka. No, Joey Gulino. I got that before you.
Rocky Marciano.
Rocky Marciano.
Hey! He was training.
He wasn't Italian. Piercy LeBaron Spencer.
Spencer. Look at Paul. Puts in
That's
Spencer.
what happens. You can't put your hand phone
the hell is
in your
that?
pocket with your chocolate bar if you're in front of a magnetron.
I thought it was in front of a chick, but that's a different story.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, you got a roll of dimes in your pocket, or you just happy to see me?
I got to deal with it.
Cheaters.
A roll of dimes.
Wow.
Roll of dimes.
Oh boy.
We have too much fun. Like I don't.
Question number 2 for you chooches, because obviously no one knew that one. Where did Robert Fulton launch his first steamboat?
No.
No, Bob. It wasn't the Mississippi. It was actually his first launch happened in Paris on the Seine in 1803. But it sank.
Do you see what I'm talking about here,
Well,
guys?
Listen,
Like-
hey,
If it was in the Mississippi, it'd be still up.
but Fulton made history 4 years later when his steamboat Claremont traveled the Hudson River.
Frank had it, New York City to Albany.
Yes.
Look at,
And
look at that
Fulton-
Tim Poturny. Who is that guy?
I went to Robert Fulton Grammar School as a kid in kindergarten. So
I went to Fulton Street down on downtown Manhattan.
I'm just looking at the look on Cathy's face. She's like,
And Joey Chicken. Really?
Yeah.
Come on, this is a serious show, Joey. What kind of terrible question is that? Come on.
Jerah was right. The questions are from the year of the flood.
Oh, come on. Stop
all
it.
of it.
Stop it.
Come
Stop it.
on, the Fulton
Listen,
Fish
here we
Market.
go.
Everybody knows that one.
Here we go. This is a very important question. Maybe one of you will get this. I don't know.
Very
I
important.
mean, my panel seems a little light in the pants.
Little
tonight.
light.
in the
Little
pants.
light.
Just saying.
because
Tom,
ours had to be put
I'm
here.
expecting big things from you, Tom. Okay?
I'm already tell you I don't know the answer.
Go to the bald-headed guy. Gio, this one's for you.
This should come out of people's mouths immediately. So, in 1853,
Immediately.
Jerah was just born.
Jerah, who invented the lift elevator?
Oh man,
Otis.
That's right, Otis. But you don't know his first name.
Spunkmeyer?
Alicia
Leroy.
Alicia Leroy Otis. No. Alicia. Alicia Lotus.
Like a Alicia.
Notice, Alicia.
Alicia. Yes. Okay.
As they say in Italian, leash.
Brian, you're too far behind, buddy. Stay with the program, Brian.
All right.
All right.
Last one for you folks, and then I'll move on. This one's for the ladies.
Ooh.
All right. Ernest Bro, not B-R-O, but B-R-E-A-U-X,
Wow.
a chemist, created which product in 1921? No,
Maybelline.
Okay. Hairspray.
Permanent?
Lipstick.
Birth control.
That was called a chastity belt. It was a chastity belt.
That was cool. That was cool. I'll pull out before that. Don't worry.
It was actually, he created Chanel number 5.
Chanel, huh?
Chanel number 5.
Oh, okay. So
Ladies-
Dr. Oscar was close. He did say perfume. He just didn't
Because
get
I shop at those stores.
Dr. Oscar, you were close, baby.
I give Dr. Oscar credit. Again,
Yeah.
you guys on the panel,
Sewer Chanel number 5.
horrible. Horrible. Luigi, what happened?
Because we weren't born yet.
Luigi didn't invent
Yeah, right. Come on, Frank, get with the program.
It's Frank. Humor him.
All right, this one is for the
Audience.
The
All right, this is
nub
for the
audience.
ashtray, guys.
only.
We'll do this one
Audience
for the ashtray, okay? Here you
Yes.
go.
The nub
All right.
ashtray.
What essential piece of office equipment did John Ian Valaire invent in 1900?
You can't even pronounce his name. How are we supposed to answer that?
Listen,
the Scotch tape.
I'm gonna go with the Sharpie
No.
marker.
There's audience.
I
Joey
didn't even
Gulino,
guess
you're
it
wrong.
right.
Good guess, though, Joey. You
How about a
guessed
pencil
The
sharpener?
hole puncher.
the copy or
Jerah,
no?
if you're just going to be the black screen, you got to be quiet.
You gotta be quiet. The hole puncher is wrong. The staple remover is wrong. The copier is wrong. Look
Paper
at Joey
clip.
Gulino. Wait a minute.
No way.
Joey Gulino said the paper clip. Joey, finally you said something that made sense.
The most intelligent answer he's given us in 3 years.
In 3 years.
And it'll be
Is
the
it right
only
or wrong?
It'll be the last one
the
he
last
ever
one,
gives.
the first and the last.
First and the last.
So Joey Gulino gets a nub ashtray.
Wow.
Joey, you can expect that for around Christmas.
Yes.
You should get that.
He can pick it up in
Or he can
October.
But it has a box.
But it
has a box.
Has a box.
It's
It does
already
come in a
come
box.
packaged.
In the box.
I'm not going to mail it, Joey. You're going to have to come to the Chicago Pipe Show, Pipe Club meeting, and I'll give it to you there. No excuses.
What's the next one, Frank?
Oh, this is a good one, folks. This is
All
for
right.
all that great cigar medics.
Tommy, show them again what this is
Show
all
them
about.
again, Tommy. You know, I don't want to. They can
Okay,
choose
so
either
one pro.
one pro.
No, I'm changing it. It's not
Okay.
either.
Oh,
It's not
geez.
either.
Just a new probe.
The
It's
pro.
the new pro, the lighter,
Yes.
Oh, my God.
the nupty,
Nice.
Oh, boy.
and the ashtray.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Beautiful.
my God.
Beautiful.
So
Look at
4
that.
prizes from Cigar Medics,
Medics.
guys.
Yeah, that's a tremendous gift.
Holy
Thank you
God.
guys so very much.
Awesome
Wow.
gift.
Thank
And
you,
also
Tommy.
Tommy's shirt. That's
This
too
is
tight
going to
for
be a
him.
good
I'm
one.
going to get his
So
shot.
which
With the
gladiator
underarm
in
deodorant
the year
stains.
42 was killed in the Coliseum?
All right. There's the
All
big
right.
prizes, folks. This is the biggie.
Okay. This is a good one. The question is very simple, so pay attention.
Why simple with 4 prizes? Come
Well,
on.
because the question is simple,
Because
but the answer
They're
is
simply not
complicated.
going to get it.
The answer is complex. The question is
Jeopardy.
simple. You understand?
Kathy, hang in there, buddy.
Do 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 do.
What was plastic first used for in America? No, thank you, Ron, for the applause. I did very well on that. And I have to have the complete answer, please. Not partial. Not
Read it again.
What was plastic first used for in America? Joe. Oh, boy. No, he says meat. No, it wasn't meat. Cars.
rubber.
No. Cars are no. Insulator. Rodriguez, Mr. Rodriguez, Oscar, Dr. Oscar, stay to being a doctor is what I'm going to give you some advice. Bruce Stark says ivory. What it
I had
was
one of
used
Dr.
for?
Cigars tonight. Very good.
Bruce, it's
Nice.
not shellac. It wasn't for ivory, Bruce, but you may be headed in the right direction. But it wasn't used for ivory.
Oh.
And he says button.
I'm Googling this.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Joey says
Socks.
piano.
Joey's socks stand on their own.
Piano. Bruce goes substitute for ivory. Yes, but I need the actual item, Bruce. You know, that's a shortcut. I'm not allowing it.
That's a
Bruce,
true answer.
I hold you to a higher standard. Toenails. That's
Ooh, I know.
There you go. Toenails.
Toenails.
Plastic toenails.
Food packaging.
Joey Gulino, credit cards. It was a little bit before credit cards, Joey. Just saying. Just saying. The first use of plastic, what was it used for in America?
I think I know.
Tim Poturny goes shellac. No. You understand? I said no to that.
No. Bottles.
I know the answer. I know.
Celluloid film teeth.
No. Celluloid film, no.
Says the girl in the black hole.
Look at the good.
Yes.
I can see. I can see me.
This was
No, we can't see.
We can't see you.
Oh,
You-
okay. I'm sorry.
boxing
Ronnie.
Ronnie's bullshit.
There's in a box big enough.
Billiard
Thanks,
balls.
Bob.
See, Bruce understands I was sending him someplace.
Yeah.
Billiard balls.
Exactly.
It was used to replace
Pool balls.
ivory as billiard balls. I needed
Oh,
what they
there
were
you go.
used for. billiard bro.
Nice.
Mr. Bruce Stark listens.
Stark again.
Is very intelligent listener.
You know he's a pool player.
And he probably shoots pool.
Shoots pool.
He shoots pool.
Against
That's it. No more answers. We have a winner.
Bruce, you do not shoot pocket pool, I'm sure.
No.
Those days are over anyway. You're too old. You can't do that.
Oh, he's hanging too low.
At my new house that I'm buying, it has a pool table.
There you go.
There you go.
Plastic balls.
Yes, Joshua Reeves. That was a very tough question.
The other day, I was driving next to one of the roads that we go down. Someone threw out a vintage. I mean, it really had to be from like the 30s. This pool table out on the street,
and you didn't pick it up.
Pool table. Pick
Bob
it up.
can't fit it anywhere.
Wait, and where's Bob going to put it?
Hey guys, to pick it up.
Tell me, Bob, where'd you put it?
Wow.
He put it in his driveway. He's using it in the driveway pool.
If I had the space, I would have brought that thing home.
I bet you would have.
No, not surprised.
Anyway, so Bruce, actually, guys, who do you want me to send the address to send those presents?
Tom.
Tom? All right, I'll send you Bruce's address, and you can send it off to him in Michigan, and he can continue playing pocket pool.
And Giovanni's going to send you a bill, Bruce, by the way. You'll get an invoice.
Send it collect. FOB Chicago.
COD.
COD, cash on delivery.
Anyway, guys, ladies, you did a fabulous job. Jerah's been in the black for a
Jerah's
while.
gone dark.
Yeah.
It's so weird because I can see like it's just normal. And I just looked on Facebook and I see what you're talking about. I don't know what's going on.
You went to the dark side.
Yeah, you've gone into Witsag.
It's just a reflection of my soul.
That's
It could be. It could be, girl.
I sold Jerah my old router. Buyer beware.
Cigar Medics.
Thank you, guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys. You guys are great.
And,
Thank you. It's been a blast. Sorry again for my disconnections, but you probably wouldn't want to hear me jabbering the whole night anyway.
We wouldn't expect anything from an inventor like you, anything else, really. You're on top of your game. Think about tonight how to make things happen in the tobacco cigar world.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Tom, Giovanni, man, as usual. You guys, thank you so much for the
Tom, I'm going to send you my address. Don't send anything to Ronnie. We'll never see it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'll give you the address to those clowns down there.
Give you my address and Frank's address.
Hey, Kyle, do you want me to just bring it to you when I come and see you,
we're
or
gonna
what?
see Ronnie.
You
We're
might
gonna
be
see
in
Kyle next month.
the mailing.
Send
it all to me. I'm going to see them in 2 months.
Send it to Frank. Send my shit to Frank.
I'll have it.
Okay.
At least it's here in Florida.
Yeah, at least it's in Florida.
Wait a minute. What are we sending to Frank?
Oh, you're going to send me the
What's
bill.
Gio?
What happened when I left? What
Your
happened when I
last
left?
quarter's profits.
You didn't know that
Send
I was
Bruce the
bleeding.
bill for all the stuff that you're going to send Bob, Frank, and Kyle. That's all.
Hey, tell you what, guys. Stay on for the wrap-up show after we go to the credits and get off air, and then we'll talk about all this off air for you.
Yeah, you go.
All right, there you go. Everybody, from all of us to all of you, we'll see you next Tuesday night. We're going to have another great guest. Thank you for coming on and asking so many wonderful questions and for your support. So from all of us to all of you, have a great night, everybody.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. Ciao.
Bye.
Tell my brothers to line them up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through.